Hey there, it's me PJ, and I'm here to wake you up a bit and get you moving, of course. Not just in your head, but in real life. So, a question for you. Have you ever found yourself wishing for more confidence, more discipline, or maybe just that magical burst of motivation that's going to change everything? You think, if only I had more confidence, right? I feel you because I've been there 1,000 times. But what if I told you that all this time you've been focusing on the wrong thing? Yep, buckle up. Wherever you are, just settle in. This is going to be a game changer. So here's the thing. So many of us spend our days running after these qualities like confidence, discipline, motivation, thinking they are the keys to success. We believe that without them, we can't move forward, right? But what if I told you that's not true? What if those things aren't actually the secret sauce we think they are? Sit tight because we are about to get into some real talk. Let's paint a picture. Say you've got a big goal. Maybe it's getting a promotion at work. You've set your sights on it and you're determined to make it happen. So naturally, you start planning. You think, all right, I'll need to level up my skills. Maybe take on a couple of big projects. And oh, yeah, networking with the right people. You've got this mental checklist and things are looking promising. But then, bam, out of nowhere, that little voice in your head pipes up. Who do you think you are? You're not confident enough to pull this off. Sounds familiar? It's that moment of doubt that shifts your entire focus. Instead of moving forward, you start thinking, I need to build my confidence first. Then I can chase that promotion. And you know what happens next? You go on this wild goose chase, Googling how to build confidence, and every article or video you find basically says the same thing. Set goals, make a plan, take action. It's like, wait a second. You have a goal, which is getting promoted. You made a plan, which is to upskill or network. So weren't you already doing that? See where I'm going with this? The place where you or anyone gets sucked into this confident trap is in the third step, which is taking action. Let's pause for a second. If this resonates with you, if you've ever felt like you were stuck in a cycle of needing more confidence or motivation, take a moment to think about it. Why do we keep getting trapped there? Well, here is the truth. Confidence isn't something that you magically acquire and then use to take action. It's actually the other way around. Confidence is a byproduct of taking action. Yeah, you heard me right. Honestly, you're not to blame for feeling like you're lacking confidence. Seriously, I mean it. And I'm going to tell you why. Think about this. How many times in your life have you been told, be confident? Your parents said it, your teachers said it, maybe even your friends or mentors. Be confident. Like, okay, thank you for that advice. But let me ask you this. Did anyone ever tell you how to be confident? Nope. And here we are, as adults, hearing that same old mantra like, you just need more confidence. But nobody bothers to explain how to actually get there. Isn't that wild? Because confidence isn't something that you can just snap your fingers and have. It's not like ordering takeout. It takes work, it takes action. I want to share a story because I love a good, embarrassing, honest story. So there I was back when I was just getting started in my career like more than a decade ago. I had this huge opportunity ahead of me, like think big, big enough that it terrified me. And guess what? I was scared out of my mind, not confident, zero willpower, motivation, non existent, I can say. I remember pacing around my house, feeling like I needed some cosmic sign or some burst of confidence to hit me like lightning. And you know what happened? Nothing. No sign, no lightning, no magic. But here's what I did. I took one small step forward and then another. And confidence? It didn't come before I started. It started building after I moved. I want you to really let this sink in. Confidence follows action. The more steps you take, the more confident you feel. It's not about sitting around waiting for confidence to show up before you move. It's about making a move first and allowing confidence to catch up. Think about your own life. Maybe you're listening right now and thinking about a dream you have or goal you've been putting off. Maybe you're telling yourself, I'll start when I feel more ready, more confident. But let's be real. If you wait around for that feeling, you might be waiting a very long time, my friend. And we don't have time for that. Now let's talk about willpower. We sure love to make willpower seem like something almost superhuman, don't we? We look at people who seem to have it all together. The ones absolutely crushing it in their careers, the athletes, the high achievers, and we think, wow, those are the top 1%, the special ones. They must have been born with this unbreakable willpower, right? Here's the truth. We've got this huge, completely wrong idea that willpower is something that you either have or you don't, like it's a part of your DNA. We assume those people we admire are just naturally full of determination. But let me tell you, willpower isn't some rare gift. It's not only for the selective few. And even those super successful people, they struggle with it too. They're human just like you and me. But here's the reality. The best way for building willpower is often just take action. And motivation? Oof, that's a big one. We wait for that magical, inspirational spark to hit us, thinking that it'll be our rocket fuel to success. But motivation isn't some mystical force. It's more like a car battery. It doesn't get you anywhere unless you turn the ignition. So what's the ignition? You guessed it. If you haven't guessed it right yet, it's action. You've got to start the engine. The motivation will come, but only if you take that first step. I can't stress this enough. Action isn't the reward, it's the key. You don't find motivation and then take action. You don't find motivation and then make a move. You act first and the rest will follow. Don't believe me? Here's a little challenge. Pick one thing, one goal you've been putting off because you're waiting to feel more confident. Maybe it's asking for that promotion, starting a new project, or just putting yourself out there in a big way. And instead of waiting to feel ready, I want you to take that one tiny step today, right now. Yep, I'm serious. What's that one step? What's that one action that you can take? It doesn't need to be perfect or huge, just enough to get the ball rolling. Because once you start, that's when the magic happens. And if you're still on the fence, let me remind you, nobody feels ready. Nobody. And you know what? The feeling of accomplishment after taking that tiny action, that's unbeatable. And it's the kind of that feeling that makes you want to keep going. But you won't get there unless you start. I hope today's episode gave you a new perspective. Whether you're sitting on a dream, a goal, or even just a small task, remember, you don't need to feel ready. You just need to start. Action will do the heavy lifting for you. And if you loved this episode, or even if you just needed this reminder, do me a favor, share it with someone who's feeling stuck. Let's all keep each other moving forward. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. You are incredible. And I can't wait to hear about the action steps that you're taking. And I'll see you next time. And remember, you've got this.